Hi everybody, it's me, Tina, and today I want to show you the project I'm working on. I'm getting ready for Valentine's Day, and I'm making these cute little hearts, and they have a little bit of dimension to them. My son has special needs, so these are great tactical things with cute sayings on them. All right, and on the backs of these, you can either use poly stabilizer, okay, and then that way you can write on the back, or you can go ahead and use fabric, okay, and it hides those stitches back there, and I'll show you how to do that also. All right, so if you could please, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that like button below, and if you want to be notified for more videos coming out, hit that subscribe button with that bell notification. Okay, so we're going to start off. We need to have a clean sheet, so we're going to come over to our left hand side and we're going to hit a clean sheet right here. All right, next what we're going to do is we're going to check our frame size. Okay, I've been making these in a 4x4 frame and they're working out just fine. Unless you are going to do the same saying on every single one, a 4x4 frame works just fine, okay? So I'll hit cancel. Now we can go into our shapes, just like this. We're gonna come on down to our heart shape, and we're gonna click on the side and bring it all the way over, just like this. Okay, now if you notice my point at the bottom, I'm going to move that up just a little, okay? Now, I only have the outside. We need to change the second one up here, and we are doing a program fill stitch, okay? So it's going to bring it in, and I already have a design in there, but I'm going to show you how I get that, okay? So the first thing that we want to do is we want to change the outside border here, okay? We want the sewing attributes, so if you right click, let's try that one more time. I'm going to click on it, then right click. I'm going to go to the sewing attributes, okay? So this is where we're going to change this outside border. We're going to make it a 15 zigzag width, just like this, okay? And you can watch, it's going to go ahead and it will change it. All right, so it's gotten bigger and my tip is within my frame, so I don't have to change that at all. Now, I'm going to leave my density at 117, okay? I think that will be the best. And if you look on the side, if you want to know what the default is, just go ahead and hit this home button and it's going to tell you 14, okay? We're going to increase it just so that we make sure we cover up all the edge right here, all right? The next thing that we're going to do, and I'll move this back a little to get my whole screen in. There we go. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to work on the backing, okay? Now, we're going to do, you have a couple options for undersewing. I'm actually going to leave it on the first one, and I'll leave the density medium, all right? But I want to show you this right here. I have my density set at 180. I was having some issues, and you can see here, with my stabilizer showing through. I don't know if you can see that. So I asked around on a Facebook group, and they were very kind to help me out, gave me some different options, but I also called Brother on it and told them about their fill designs. They're programmable fill designs, that when you're changing the straight line, the manual straight line, which is right here, okay, depending on how you move it, you were getting a lot of gaps, all right? And they understood what I was talking about. So she was the one that suggested, make sure you up your density. So we upped it to 180. Now, it actually makes the design look even better. Okay, so this is when I was first doing it, and then we've got this one. Okay, so it actually pops out, and you've got a lot of texture in here. So we upped it to 180. Now, the manual stitch line right here, if you come in here and you play with this, okay, and you turn it, you're going to get a different design every time, just like that. Okay, so now I have a different design there. I'm going to turn it, we'll go up here, we'll turn it, and it's thinking, and I'm going to have another different design. Okay, so that's something really cool to play with, to see what kind of designs you can come up with on your system. All right, so we've got our first heart done. Now what we want to do is we want to go back into shapes. Okay, we're going to bring in another heart, and we're going to make sure it's up high enough because we want that heart to go all the way down to the bottom. So we're going to come all the way down here, and I don't know if you can see it, the point at the bottom. Okay, try and line that up just about there. Okay, and there it is. All right, but we've got to change a few things. Okay, when you bring in that second heart over here, if you notice, you're going to have a whole new center. We don't want that, okay, because then it's going to be really hard to stitch. So we're going to put that at not so, okay, and it's going to take that out of there. Next, what I want to do is I want to change the width of the inside satin stitch. So now I'm going to come over to the side, and I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to bring it down to 10, okay? And it's going to go ahead and change that width so it's a little bit thinner, just like that. All right, now we're going to bring in our lettering. Okay, now I'm using, it's a block, actually it's number 1. All right, and that's working for me. And I'm going to go ahead and come in here, and I'm going to type out what I want this one to say. Okay, so I'm going to, let's see, after you type your word, go ahead and hit your enter, so it'll bring up your word. We're going to add another one right here. Okay. And it will think about it. And let's put one more. You have to be careful because obviously you don't have a lot of room. So, you know, I leave my letters the same because I want them to stand out. And for everybody to be able to read it. All right, so I've got Bus Drivers Rock. So now is where you need to go ahead and position those words. So we're going to move it down, and remember you can only move the whole thing if it's you've got that plus. So I'm going to double click on the next one. We'll move that one down here a little. There we go. Double click on this one, and we'll move that one right here. And there we have it. And you can arrange them. You can arrange it any way you want. Okay. So what you want to do now, and this outer border. Okay, we're going to work with this. I'm going to click on this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color of this outer border. And I'll tell you the reason, because I want the machine to stop after I do this, okay? So we'll pick any color over here. I'll just use green. And you're probably going, well, it's the second one. You don't want it to stop. Here's what I'm doing. I'm going to take that one. I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to move that outer border to the last step. Just like that. Okay. So now after it goes ahead and it does my heart, and then it will do all my lettering, it's going to stop. At that point, that is where I'm going to put my polybatten, poly stabilizer, or my cotton piece of fabric under my design. Okay, and let me show you. You do not have to use a basting stitch or anything else, because when you get to here, let's see if it's gonna, okay, it's almost there. So when you get to your last letter, what it's going to do, it's going to give you a running stitch all the way around and then back again. So that's going to secure your fabric. Now, if you need to use spray, that's fine. But you're automatically going to get that running stitch. And I just leave on the color I had previously. I don't change it to green. You can if you want. Then you will end up with your design. Okay, so at this point, what you can do is go ahead, you can come in here and you can save your design, okay? And then if you're using a USB at this point, go ahead and export your design to that USB, or if you have a wireless connection to your machine, go ahead and send your design to that wireless connection, through that wireless connection to your machine. Once it's done, it's going to go ahead and let you know that it finished outputting the data. Okay? All right, so now at this point, we're going to switch over and get over to the machine. Be right back. All right, so we are back at the machine. As you can see on the screen, I have my pattern on the screen, my design on the screen that we brought over. I am using 2 layers here. I have one heavyweight and one medium weight. This is OESD, and I purchased this at my local quilt shop. You need to support your local quilt shops. This is the Little Shop of Stitches in Miamisburg, Ohio. They do have a website that you can shop online. I'll put that in the description. I'm going to go ahead and put my frame on. Okay, my machine is all threaded up and ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and start this. I am using sulky thread, and I'm trying out the sim thread bobbins. My husband got me these for Christmas on Amazon. You get approximately 60,000 stitches per bobbin, okay? So we're going to go ahead and we're going to let this run, and I will be back. Okay, so my design is finished with the exception of the last border. And at this time, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put our poly under the frame. Okay, so just slip it in there. All right, then we'll go ahead and lower our foot We don't need to change threads unless, of course, you want to. Okay, and we're going to start it. It's going to do the 2 running stitches, and that's going to hold the poly in there. Then it's going to go ahead and start doing the satin stitch around it. Okay, so we are finished with our design. All right, and then all we have to do is clean it up. I've got a couple of jump stitches in here that I'll have to clean up. Okay, and then just cut it out. We've got our, this is really easy to cut off, and then just cut it so that it is really close to the edge. Okay, and if you use a different color and you don't cut it off, you can always take a marker and color the edges. All right, but there you go. You can have yourself some little hearts and pass those out on Valentine's Day with cute little sayings in them. All right, I hope you liked this video. If you could, don't forget to hit that like button right below and subscribe to my channel and hit that notification button so that you'll be notified the next time a video is posted. All right, I hope you have a great day today and happy stitching.